SteelSeries has just announced their newest set of top-of-the-line gaming headsets called the Arctis Pros, offering better audio quality, fantastic positional sound, and a whole bunch of features, and we just happen to have both of them right here. So let's talk about what these things have to offer and whether or not it's really worth spending the extra money on. Now, at first glance, these might look like the same headset, which, to be honest, they almost are. They're both Arctis Pros. The only difference is that this is the wireless design and this is the wired. I just don't have it plugged in right now. And there are some very important differences between the two based on design decisions they made for wired versus wireless, but otherwise, as far as just the physical design go, they are pretty much the same thing. So let's just talk about the overall design of them. Now, obviously, this thing has some of the same core design aspects of the other Arctis headsets, but there have been some changes for the Pro that do make it a bit nicer than all the other ones they've done so far. And for comparison, we actually have an Arctis 3 Bluetooth right here. So one of the things you're going to feel right away when you use one of these headsets versus one of these is that the ear cup padding is significantly thicker. So it's going to be a lot more comfortable on your head for long-term gaming sessions. I mean, I always thought this one was really good. This just topped it for me even more. There's also some slight changes to the headband design, whereas this one just has the kind of stretchy one right here that's a little adjustable. This has one that runs through the whole part of the headset, so you can change the headband distancing a lot more. Also, the actual headband itself incorporates a actual metal piece instead of being all plastic, so it's gonna be a little sturdier and have a little more resistance than the other ones would. End of the day, really comfortable. As I said earlier, there are two different versions of the Arctis Pro, a wireless and a wired. And there's actually some pretty significant differences between the two, aside from just the fact that one of them uses a cable. So let's talk about what each one's going to get you, starting with the wired one. Now, of the two Pro versions, the wired one is the more affordable choice, but it's actually also the better sounding one as well. Now, this isn't to say that the wireless one sounds terrible and the wired one sounds good. No, they both have a really solid baseline. In fact, while they may not compare to like actual dedicated audio headsets, as far as gaming headsets go, these things sound incredible, and they have a great sense of separation and locational placing. So when you're playing games, you're able to very easily separate all the different sounds that are going on and be able to tell where they're happening relative to your position. Now, the reason why the wired one is better for audio than the wireless isn't just the fact that it's a cabled setup, but also because it comes with this little guy right here, a dedicated gaming DAC. Now, if you don't know what a DAC is, that's a digital to analog converter. Now, all different systems and stuff already have one of these built in. Your PS4 has one, even your controller where you plug in a headset, they have them, but those ones are normally cheaper and just kind of get the job done. This one is a dedicated one that is much higher quality and is not only going to make sure that you have really good sound for your headset, but you have a lot more fine-tuned control over it, being able to balance the EQ however you want exactly for the game you're playing. Another benefit too to this being a wired setup is that power isn't really an issue. You're always plugged into battery all the time. So they also threw in RGB lights for both headphones that you can customize a little bit through the interface. You can have whatever color you want being shown off. Now, one of the downsides to this headset, and admittedly this is just something inherent with most wired designs, is that a lot of the cables it comes with aren't particularly long, both the optical and USB to micro USB. So while this is designed for both PS4 and PC, this one really leans much more in the territory of PC or a desk setup, or if you happen to use a PS4 in a desk setup. Now, you could get longer cables to hook it up and make it work, but that's still kind of an awkward situation when you have cables running across the entire floor of your room. Not optimal, but if you really want that audio quality and in a living room setup, that's pretty much the only option you have. Now, on the other hand, with the wireless headset, yes, you're losing out on RGB lights, and the audio quality doesn't give you as much fine-tuned control, but the baseline is honestly still really good, and for me, the convenience factor of wireless is a big win for that. Now, it's not just that this is a wireless headset, there are some other really cool design decisions that were made that incorporate that idea. Now, so far, most SteelSeries headsets, when they're wireless, are either Bluetooth or make use of a dedicated 2.4 signal using a transmitter. This one does both. And there's really two main different benefits to that. First off, versatility. The fact that, yes, when you're using your PS4 or PC to get the best audio possible, you want to use the dedicated transmitter. But at the same time, if you just want to hook it up to your phone or a tablet or just something really quick or simple so you can use it as just a regular headset, you can do that with the Bluetooth, no problem. The other benefit is that you're able to use both of these signals at the same time. So for a gaming situation, the idea would be, let's say it's hooked up to your PS4, you're running game audio into this from your PS4, but you're also using a chat service on your phone or a computer so that you can use that for talking with your friends at the same time. Another feature I really love about this wireless headset it's not a feature unique to just this particular one. SteelSeries has used it before, but it's the first time that it's in an Arctis headset, and that's its battery solution. There is nothing more annoying to me than having a wireless accessory that I lost track of when I last plugged it in. All of a sudden, in the heat of the moment, I gotta plug it into something and bam, it's no longer a wireless accessory. Super annoying. The solution that this one uses though is having two separate batteries. Now the way this works is super simple. Let's say the headset's getting low on battery and you need to replace it ASAP. Well, instead of having to plug it in or anything, as soon as you have a moment, all you gotta do is just pop off this back plate for a super accessible battery, take that guy out, go over to your transmitter. Your transmitter has the other battery slotted in here, and it's not powering the transmitter is actually charging it. So you just pop that one out, switch it with the one from your headset, and bam, the dead battery is now charging and your headset is fully charged. It's conveniences like this that really make the wireless one really cool in my opinion. You are getting better audio and a more affordable price with the wired design, but the convenience of this thing is so great that honestly between the two, this is my personal favorite.